Okay. Jessica's an absolute mess.
You've got this, Mum. I believe in you. Still not coming up.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
Great for you. Haven't clicked go live on Insta.
Oh, no.
No,
Just
it's
gonna
on
go
the
and click
Insta
live on,
table.
go live on Instagram.
Did you get booted off your chair, mate? Oh, no. Saturday night, so you were not on the chair.
Yeah, she booked it in months in advance, and yet she was kicked off.
Yep.
You should report stop.
Well, I didn't say anything about treated fortunes, but that's what the subtitles just came up with. Yep. I'm going to say
He
this.
doesn't really like our accent. I think we're a bit thick. Our accent's a bit thick.
What? Being Queenslanders and all?
Yeah.
That we talk slow.
No, we
We
don't.
do not talk slow. We just talk really fast. This hell of oil.
There's nothing wrong with being a Queenslander. Rightio. So it's a super weekend. Let's just trying to contain the spread. How are you going over there? Have you shared it yet?
Struggling. I'm doing this off my phone now, and then I have to go on my Instagram.
Right.
What was that?
Oh, I'm just trying to tidy up. Oh, helps if you plug that. Hello, Tash. How are you? Helps if you plug the iPad in. Just trying to clean up. You'd reckon I've been creating with my mate, but I created the last class. It's all me. The mess is all me. Just saying, it's not my friend, Naomi John.
No, it is not.
It's not my messy friend. She is a messy friend to create a space with.
I shared a desk at uni for years.
Yeah.
I'm not a hope in the world of being condoms.
Rightio. Hello, Karen. Hello, Ava. We're excited to see what you make tonight. So am I. Gonna make a double. It's gonna be beach fun, Ava. Hello, Di. How are you? Okay. Let's do a quick run through. Kind of like a retreat. Let's do a run through of what we've done this super weekend. So it's a super weekend here at Scrapbook Fantasies. And oh my gosh, have we had some fun. This is class number 8 out of 12. We are actually going to do a 13th bonus lesson sometime tomorrow, but it's not going to have a kit. It's going to be a little watercolor refresher. Okay, so class 1 yesterday morning with, well, the title says beach fun, but we're using beach fun tonight. Hello, Mary. How are you? Hello, Shaz. And hello, Debbie, over on Instagram. So this was using Sun Lovin' Collection, new stencil of Naomi John's. Stencils are not included in any of our Fun in the Sun Super Weekend kits. So we did this. So a lot of special request class things, using rice paper, using stencils and texture paste, clustering embellishments, and different ways to colour chipboard. That was what we covered in that one. And dipping our toes in mixed media there. Class 2 was using a pair of stencils. Naomi John had designed her abstract crossover stencils, a bit more chipboard and layering and clustering embellishments. We talked about that. That was on a card. And then Naomi John did tags are very much requested. Another way to use rice paper and more colouring of chipboard with sort of an ombre effect. And then she flicked bits of her gold on top and a flare button. We talked about that the other day. And then last night, Friday night, we used Mermaid Wishes. We did some stenciling and some mixed media. With the stenciling, we did clustering, and we've got some fussy cuts and different colour cuts and chipboard, and then we coloured the chipboard I used photos. That's a big woohoo. That's a big change. But yeah, so we did bits and pieces. It's requested there today. So today we started the day with some mini cards, which was a requested project. We used avocado on toast. We've used paint pens to colour, pilot paint pens to colour the chipboard. We've used vellum. Using vellum is another request that we get a lot of. So that was the mini cards this morning with Naomi John. And then Naomi John made a bookmark this afternoon, and she did some stenciling on the background. I really like the variation in the colours on the background. I like how it's turned out. It looks really, really interesting. All the different bits she's used. Her and I need glasses. A bit of glue there. This afternoon was a shaker. Look, see, shakes. The beads are a bit big. Should be right. So made a shaker, which was one of the requested items, and a bit more clustering. And I don't think anyone asked for bright colours, but that's really bright. So better go back. Hello, Deborah and Pam. Is it very sore eye? Oh, that's not good. Sounds painful. Yes, Mary, it does sound painful. Ava really, really loves the pages and creating. You and Naomi John have done so far. Awesome. And that looks like Ava did all of the emojis there. I love you, Ava. Ava's one of my favorite customers of all time. Sorry, everyone else. But Ava's very cute. When you meet Ava person to person, you are going to understand what I'm talking about. She is one cute little crafty kid. Hello, Diana. Hello, Dee. Hello, Jacqueline. Hello, Kathy. Wow. So tonight we're doing a double with Beach Fun. And yep. Noah picked my paper again. Interesting. We're going to use the vellum. So I have 2 bits of white. I'm thinking we do a white background. I've got 2 bits of white there. These are our colours. And I'm going to use, I should have been fussy cutting before, but I wasn't. I was editing pictures. I'm thinking we use a bit more of this yellow. This is Flower Power paper number 6. Can you just check we've got enough of this to make a kit, Naomi John? I'm thinking we mat our photos with that. And then we're going to use the vellum. And then we try and pick up a bit of the teal. Maybe that. Cutest Farm number 5. Maybe that'd be better for photo mats. We're going to do a bit of clustering. Might use our pool words. We might make a shaker out of our iPhone or our iPod. How about a bit of lilac on this side? I think this side looks better. Is there enough Flower Power number 1 as well?
Number 1 we've got 73.5. Number 6 we've got 167. Go for the light again.
Might start with that.
You just got a few pages to choose from there.
Just a few.
Just a few. Not too many.
I'm thinking a nice bright layout. This looks awesome with it. Gonna say that piece of paper looks absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. Rightio.
Barbie.
Put there. Right.
Oh, Casey's doing this and she loves the selection for this.
Hello, Tracy. I think this is the same. Tracy was watching on Instagram last night and didn't realise she was on Instagram. So she's been watching for a while. That's okay. Rightio. So let's get 2 pieces of white.
Okay. And Margaret is this as well.
Hello, Margaret. How are you? And if you're loving today's bright, you wait till you see tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'm just going to flash before your eyes just a piece of the vellum. Just, I'm on here tonight, not for long. Bed soon, up at 4:30 tomorrow for work. Oh, wow. So this is tomorrow. That's all you're going to see. All you're going to see. Very sorry. Yep.
Breaking the promise that you wouldn't do unnecessary sneak peeks.
Oh, can't help myself.
I can have trouble for doing it.
It's actually been in the works for a really long time. The collection we're releasing tomorrow.
That's chippy cuts of the month.
Sorry about that. That's everyone's chippy cuts of the month. I have to catch up on all of these classes on my days off next week. Oh, Tracy, the classes I think are pretty awesome. Hello, Dee. Hello, Cheryl. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Rightio.
So good, no, you haven't lost your marbles.
I haven't lost marbles. I'm going to make a double. We're going to pick 2 bits of white stuck together. I should have done my fussy cutting. Oh, look, they're overlapping. I'm going to have to move that.
And your little mate who normally helps is
Oh, I'm going to have to move that.
she's been taken down by the Dorito.
Yeah. I actually think it's Karma.
What was that noise? That is the online store.
That was the online store. I'm so sorry. Very sorry about that.
Hope Mel's joined us on the 2.
Hello, Mel. How are you? Right. So, step.
What's in the fun?
No, Tracy. It's just that's what we hear every time someone orders. It actually does make our hearts sing when we hear the cha-ching sound. When we back in the day before it got really busy, like when we hardly heard it, like when we first built this online store. We've had an online store since 2003. 2003? End 2003? Late 2003, maybe early 2004?
Yeah.
I've owned the www.scrapbookfantasies.com.au since early 2003. So probably sometime in 2003 we opened our first online store. And we've had one continuously all the way through. But in January 2016, Milton and I moved our online store to where it is now. We've gradually grown it and changed it and added a lot more tech and that sort of thing. Made it easy to use and that. But yeah, when we first got the app, when it went, that we had a phone app and that, and we used to hear that sound, we used to dance and,
It meant it was working.
we were really crazy in love with, getting things right. You don't often get things right in business. But when things go right, it's like, oh my gosh, it's working. Oh. So I'm thinking I'm thinking sort of strips of colour. Does that make sense? Like some strips of this colour and then this pattern. And then okay, I've got a bit of an idea. What are we going to mat our photos in? The yellow or this?
I'm normally thinking.
No, I'm thinking yellow for the photo mats because I've got another idea for that. Rightio. So let's try and get 6 photos on here. We're doing a double. Oh, that was my name. So I got a piece of flower power number 6. So remembering when we use this for photo mats, it's kind of like a backup dancer color. It's not going to take over because there's not going to be a lot of it on the page. So we're going to cut 6 pieces that are 4x6. And we're going to be left with this strip. And we might use that. Oh, that's full. Oh, we could have done some 4x4. No. 6 pieces that are 4x6. And then we will use, let's make 6 photos that are 5 3/4. That's cut crooked. There's black cards left over from a project, an art project. 5 3/4 by 3 3/4 will be our photos. I'm going to use fakey photos. I know I used real ones last night. I'll try and find real photos for tomorrow night, maybe. Five 3/4 by 3 3/4. So we're running the process of doing what we know tonight. We're going to do what we know and then work from there. So I think we cut our vellum to be two pieces of vellum. So we're going to cut the top selvage bit off. And cut off the top. Little selvage. I'm going to cut the selvage off the side here. And then we're going to cut it at 9.5 inches by 7 3/4 inches. I'm going to do 2 of those. Exactly the same. I'm going to trim it at the top. Trim off the side.
9.5 by 7 3/4.
Yeah, 9.5. I could have probably cut them together. By 7 3/4. 2 bits of that. So what I'm going to try and do is match up where the paper's cut. There we go. Hello, Madeline. How are you? Over on Insta. Yeah. Rightio. So when you go to subscribe and save, you go to that page, you've actually got to click on the product, not just add to cart, because it'll tell you what's out of stock. Okay. So that's boring.
We need color cuts and
What's that?
we need color cuts and plastic cuts.
We need color cuts and fussy cuts. This could be a really good, like, technology page. You know, kids and their technology. We all know how it is, don't we? Kids and technology.
Do you think you're gonna do some plastic cutting?
I'll be right. I'll do it.
Just finished it.
By the way, Amelia Ann is the slowest eater on the planet.
I still finished a couple of minutes ago.
And then we'll put some little flowers.
We want a double.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So what are we planning on to driving practice with Nora if she's only just finished it?
She's gonna have a shower.
And you've got to convince her to go to bed early?
No, she's gonna sit out there and eat.
Right.
Right. So I'm gonna she's gonna be wonderful.
Do we think that was fun? Or on this day?
If you're thinking it might have cooled down outside, just dismiss those thoughts.
Diane B says that your page looks fabulous. Oh, yeah. And then Mel says, I love pinky cardstock.
This.
And, yeah, and she says, oh god, yes, to the right. And she says, that was fun.
That was fun. Stars, and we have to put a smiley face somewhere. So, paper as flower power number 1. A lot of people overlook flower power because it's so obscenely bright. It is. So I'm going to start with like a half sheet, which is what you're going to get in a kit. So I don't go nuts. So let's cut our half sheet into 3 2-inch strips. 2-inch by like 12-inch strips. I kind of feel like I want to play on this circle a bit more. So I've got a circle here. And then I'm going to chuck like a smiley face down here. Loving these little smiley faces. Draw my smiley face. Smiley face down here. And then we might put a couple of little stars. So I'm feeling like we might need, what about the yellow? We might need like a couple more circles. And that could come out of this. Because I love this pattern. I know it's busy. I know. Like we could do this, but no. Let's do maybe busy. It might be too busy and we might give up. So let's tear. Okay. So I've torn this 1 2-inch strip so it's like around the 8.5 mark. And it'll go there. And then let's just tear, so we don't have the white. I'll put that one there, sort of, somehow.
And when you're going to give it a half sheet of the popsicle editions?
Yeah. Now this one's like 6.5 inches long. This short one up here ended up being like
Mum, what happened to that music exercise book we bought for school?
in Brisbane.
Yeah.
It'll be in the bag with your school shoes. And that one there. And then this one's going to be like 6 inches.
So there's
And this one's like 5.5 inches. Yeah. It's not making sense right now. I get that. Do we think we need? So I make the circles out of the really busy one, which I want. I make them out of the plain. I think I want busy circles. You'd use busy circles, wouldn't you, Naomi?
I'm nuts. Let's just
It could look terrible.
do the precursor and John is not.
So this is Tropicana number 3. So I'm going to start with a half sheet, which is what you'll have in your kit. Got a 4-inch circle from I think it's circles 1. Whole numbers are circles 1 and halves are circles 2. Now I'm going to cut I'm going to get 1, 2. I'm almost going to get 3. So, yeah, I'm going to do part circles. 3, and then I'm going to get a half circle here. Move that over here.
Jacqueline says, I think you need to make a 28 by 14-inch scrap design board for doubles.
Oh, jeez.
Jack and Deborah says, I have 2 boards, lol.
I actually reckon 2 boards is going to be cheaper for you to buy than buying a big one. I don't. Yep. I think the postage. Yep. No. Yeah. I looked at it and I costed it out, and it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a fabulous option. It was not a good option, unfortunately. 2 boards. Deborah has 2 boards. I'm going to use my regular one and my mini one in a minute. I'm just going to cut these out. And I'm taking my time, and I'm moving the paper, not my scissors, and I'm moving the paper as I go. And I'm taking longer cuts. I'm not moving when I get to the end of the scissors. I'm actually just moving slowly as I go, and I'm not cutting right to the end of the scissors, so I don't end up with like a T intersection thing at the end. And I'm cutting the part circles first because they help break the tension in the rest of it. It is easier to cut a pattern because the pattern hides the cutting crookedness and misdemeanors. Yeah. And I always draw on the back of the paper so that I don't have to rub the lines out. They're on the back. Even back in the day where letter stickers were horrendously priced, and we used to buy stencils, and they were horrendously priced too, lettering stencils, and we used to trace the stencil for our titles before die cut machines were really available, because those red handle down ones, they were even really, really expensive when they first had come out, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and alphabets for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I used to trace onto the back of my paper or cardstock with my stencil flipped, cut it out with my scissors, mostly my scissors, and then I would flip it over, and I didn't have to rub out pencil lines. Go. Last one. Rightio. That over there. The pile is still usable stuff on that. Okay, so I've got my mini design board here. So over here.
Oh, Jackson meant just for you. The 24 by 18 inch.
I can't afford the price of it. No. Yep. Still not working, yeah. Oh, for me, yeah, I know. But you know what happens, Jacqueline? If I make it for me, everyone wants one.
Also, the problem would be as well is that that's a good enough size to be used for something else. Then, like that's it could be used as a card.
Yeah. You know how it goes. I actually didn't think I'd sell any creative design boards. I did actually make that for me. Chippy strips I made for me as well. T-rulers, creative ruler. So when we put this on, if we do sort of like that, so we know how to identify Quentin's AirPods. I got him a set of AirPods last year with my Telstra points. If you're with Telstra, did you know that, and I'm not advertising Telstra because they drive me nuts, but did you know you can sign up for free for Telstra Plus or Telstra Gold? What it is every time you pay your phone bill, you accrue points. And then once you get to so many points, you can redeem things for your points. It's a way for them to keep you. It's not keeping me, but keep coming back. I got Quentin with my Telstra points. It takes a million years to get points to get something, by the way. AirPods. So we can tell which ones are Quentin's because he hasn't got grease on them. Because he listens to videos on how to fix doors on cars and injector systems and all sorts of things. Yeah. Quite often on a Sunday, you'll find him under a car with his AirPods on, listening to someone tell him how to fix the thing that he might have just broke. Yep. So if we do that, I'm not sure about that colour there now. That's not bad. And then we bring this across just a little like that. Well, then they have to pay the price. Graphic design board is brilliant. Wish I'd thought of it. I just wanted, it'd be very high risk for breakage. We've actually had Australia Post take one of these, and they had the pizza box with it in. We have special big pizza boxes that these fit in as a design board, and they've had it somewhere that they've actually bent the pizza box in half, and they, with such force, so it must have been a very heavy load they put on, because these don't break. Mine's been dropped that many times, that they've actually broken it and started cracks in it. Like they've actually split it. They split it sort of here.
We did replace it.
We did replace it. Australia Post wouldn't replace it, but we did. Yeah.
They got that footy team.
Yeah. But what they've done is the box has probably been protruding out in a pile, and then they put another pile or a pallet or something down on top of it. And yeah. We've never had any others broken. They do survive the trip.
They probably would have heard it break too.
They should have heard the calamity. So we've got that there. And I think because we've got that, let's bring, let's do that. I like that. Or maybe we should do it so that we have them going up and down. I think they look better going up. Like that. Something like that. So we want them going up. I want mine going up. Here's what it is. Okay, so I'll tuck one in here. Somehow. So let's get our design board down over here. So we've got a mini design board over there, and then down here we're going to have our iPhone or iPod. Yeah, very high risk of breaking. We don't insure parcels with Australia Post. Their insurance is far too expensive, actually. But we do replace.
We have systems.
We get so much. We have so much insurance with them. We do have some insurance, but beyond that,
we have systems in place to notice what's in each box.
yeah, we do. We do have a pretty good rate. We don't have many things. We've just had a parcel very recently in a truck fire with Australia Post, and they don't tell you when your item has been in a truck fire. You actually have to work it out for yourself. So let's cut these. Oh, geez, I edited that a bit, didn't I? Oh. So this beach fun, we did do this in 2021. It is a set of colour cut minis. There's some of them here. It is a very different style to what we would normally do. Is it something that you guys like the style, or you ladies and gents, guys? Maybe I shouldn't call you guys. Maybe please don't be offended when I call you guys. Do our creative family like this style enough that if I did get some more commercial license images, like if I did work towards getting some more from this designer, this artist, would you like stuff by this artist again? We have some travel. We have done some travel, a couple of little travel color cuts from this designer as well, or something. I'm not going to cut I'm going to say I'm not going to cut the inside of the shoelaces, but you know me. Most likely will. There you go. Hello, Tina. I think that's Tina on YouTube. Sure. I think Mel was saying about this style as well. I reckon it's going to be midnight before Dad and Noah go driving.
Yes.
Amelia's going to keep them up. Rightio. Mammy John is making everyone's free stamps from yesterday. So don't forget we have a free stamp each day. Tomorrow's had to be redesigned. I tried to push the boundaries and didn't work. So today is this anchor. When you spend more than $30 today in our online store, you get the anchor. So I want to make I think I'm going to make a shaker out of the iPhone. But we'll do that when we get to that. And we'll cut the flowers and stick them on at the end, and we'll stick some stars on at the end. Okay. I think it looks pretty good, but I think what we need to do is sort of get a bit of construction going. So then we can cut our flowers out, stick them on, colour our chipboard, and then and make our shaker. Let's move that one over.
Deborah says possibly it might be a tween teenage.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, for our next super weekend in March, which is the same weekend as International Women's Day, that it might be nice to do something sort of, we might do some feminine motivational stuff. Not necessarily just feminine, but we might do some friendshipy, kindnessy things. I don't know. Because our motto this year is friendship through craft in 2024.
Pencil shavings to start with, man. If it's a weird pencil shavings all over my floor.
No, she's making yesterday's free stamps. So I'm just living with the fact that my timber goes in two different directions. I'm not worried by it. I'm not going to have any adverse reaction to it. I'm just going to live with it. Let's cut the middle out of this one. You're being annoying.
No, I'm waiting for Vera to get tea.
Oh, you probably need to check that she's not doing her faces.
She could just be making faces in the mirror.
She's in no mood to make faces.
I would guarantee you she's making faces in the mirror.
Right?
Mila can make faces at any time.
Yeah, we're here to make faces.
Maybe.
She'll say no. What she really means
I'm
is...
glad I announced that was coming before I got to you.
Why? Because she was making faces in the mirror.
Just grabbed it.
She just
Probably because you went up there.
Oh, dearie me.
Margaret H. loves the colours of beach foam colour coats. Oh, Dad's new job is no longer.
What's that? How's Quentin's new job? Oh, they didn't want him.
So we took him back.
We took him back. We needed him in any case.
No. We were running okay. We were needing a few Bellinghams.
Yep.
I might have needed to start drinking coffee.
We probably didn't look our best every day. We probably looked a little bit dishevelled some days. No. They decided that, but they did have a whole cost cutting thing, and they laid off a whole heap of people. And last in, first out. They did have an excuse, but he did kind of tell someone off for not being safe or hiding something that wasn't safe. And yeah, they don't like that. What's that?
Let's come and say goodnight.
We're going to continue cutting the middle out of our photo mats after we say goodnight to a little friend who's not feeling the best. She actually pulled a Swiftie on Dad to stay home today. Said she didn't feel well, and 5 minutes after we left, she perked up, not sicked up, but she picked up her act and she wanted to watch TV, and that's when he worked out that she tricked him.
Good night. I like it, bye.
Been a bit of karma.
Uh,
She's not feeling the best now.
Until Dad checks my temperature.
Apparently he's meant to have been back at Coles this week, but he hasn't heard that. But
I haven't checked
apparently,
my emails either on purpose.
apparently all the staff there are going to complain if he doesn't come back to Coles soon.
no, they're gonna go on strike.
Yes, well, someone did say they'd go on strike if he didn't come back to work soon at Coles.
Let's face it, none of them like doing the Asian aisle.
It's not that, it's the international foods aisle. Quentin does the international foods aisle,
It has all the little mini packets.
It has, yeah,
and
most,
he actually,
most items in every aisle in one aisle. Yeah.
yes, so they don't like doing the aisle with the most little things, so he does that aisle. He also knows what a lot of the products are, even if you can't read what they are. But yeah, so he's not back at Coles yet. He had been door dashing. But that's how we get Noah's hours up and pay for the fuel. Noah's just waiting now. I think the 5th of February is his driving test, and we're being positive that he's going to pass his driving test. So let's put tape on the back of all of these pinky violet pieces.
Wait, take it.
We're production lining, Amy John. And the circles. As we go around, if we come across a circle, let's put tape on the back of the circle as well. I think we're going to do flat photos tonight. I think I like the sound of that. We're going to address our vellum.
Okay.
Sticking down our vellum next, because we can't just stick it on. Have to be a little careful. Okay, a bit more on this one, because this one's going to go across a border, a boundary. So we want it to be stuck down on both sides of the page boundary.
Tracy says, yeah, that's always the hardest I'll do when I'm picking online orders.
Yeah.
Going
Yeah. But Quentin just gets in and gets it done, and he knows a lot of the products in the aisle.
When were we in Coles and I resorted the nut section?
The week before Christmas, Naomi and I were grocery shopping and we couldn't find the nuts we were after. And so I sorted something, and we ended up resorting all of the nuts on the shelves because someone had just shoved them all on the shelves. So we resorted them into their proper places. Rightio. So what we want to do is stick our vellum down in such a way that it actually has the adhesive hidden. So let's come in an inch because it's easy. It's coming in about an inch from the edge, and then we're going to stick. So one of these is going to kind of go here. So we know just here in the middle, we're going to have, look at that, just there in the middle, we're going to put a little bit of tape. But what's going to happen is the things that we stick around are going to sandwich the vellum on. Let's get my T-ruler. Do it the right way over. Line it up with the edge. Yeah. He was starting to get a little bored where he was too, and annoyed. And they were starting to come to him for their problems. The staff were, so that's a bit of an issue. Rightio. So you can't really see the tape. I can, but it's just there. But it's going to be hidden by a photo. And then we had our nice big piece. This was about like 8.5 inches long of this. And it sort of goes sort of there. Oopsie. Suppose if I stick it right down to the bottom, hey? Nope. There we go. Put tape on this photo. Tape on this photo. So these are the two over this side. And then we had a circle down here. I'm just going to stick the end of it off. Circle there. And then we're going to put this circle sort of up here. We need to be able to fit these. Yep. Right. So leave this bottom one sort of where it's going. Let's stick our circle up here. And then we're going to stick there. Just going to get our T-roller. Stick that there. Is that right to the edge? I think so. Don't know. Can't see. No. That's really no, we're not going to paper effect. Noah is doing year 12, so our August is pretty messy. So we're not going to paper effect, unfortunately. We just couldn't see a way to make it happen. We were actually going to do a lot of shows in 2024, and now we actually aren't doing any. We're doing super weekends instead, and we're actually going to go to places. Okay, so about 3 inches from the bottom, I'm going to put this photo, and about 1 3/4 inches from the right hand side. And then we're going to put, like, let's say 1/4 inch between the photos. And we'll mimic that elsewhere on the page. Look at that. It's busy, but it's nice. Okay, so we're going to put some embellishment-y stuff down here. So what we'll do is, under here, I'm going to put some tape underneath, hidden underneath this pattern paper here, and it holds that down nicely. Just means it doesn't move around too much. So let's stick this piece. Now this bit was, let me tell you how long which one it was. It was the bit that was about 5 inches long. I'm going to stick it right here. It's only about 1/8 of an inch in on the edge of the page.
Is the cruise we're going on next February?
Going on a cruise next February together. In 2025. I am teaching on a cruise in 2025. Oh, I came over too far with my photo. Whoops. So this photo is going to go over the top of these photos because I moved my photos over too far. Yeah. So hello Christy, hello Janice. I'm teaching on a cruise around New Zealand, a 14-night cruise around New Zealand. This year I'm going to go, where will I see you for class? Online, unfortunately. Sorry, Karen. So let's go up there. So this one's kind of going to go over these, and it's okay to go over photos with other photos.
They got onto Tassie on their cruise.
Going on. Oh yes, she was telling us about it.
We're going to get passports.
She was telling us about it yesterday, remember? Debbie C, Mammy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday.
I know.
The cruise.
Okay, and then there was it's going to cut down door taking.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. I just...
Well, you don't have to win the photo, you just have to catch Bonza.
Oh, retreat in Gladstone won't be too dear with Bonza. You just catch a flight.
Bonza's like what? How much was it for the 3 of us, Mum?
So I paid less than $600 return for 3 adults and 96 kilos of baggage. And I picked our seats. So you could take away the pick your seat allowance and you could just do carry-on baggage and borrow tools when you get here. And I think you can pick it up for like $69 or $79 return to Gladstone. It is cheap as chippies. Rightio. We're going to turn this upside down to stick on the other end. Just turn it around. I'm not going to make the same mistakes. But let's stick this on with a bit more of a gap. And then stick that on with a little bit of that showing. Okay. So same thing. I know that just here is going to be hidden by my photo on my vellum. So let's get some tape and just whack a bit of tape there. It's come in about 1 inch.
We'll be back shortly.
Yeah. Have a little bit of the vellum showing here. But what we're going to do is get a nice big bit of tape. What was that? Yeah, Bonza just had a sale. I bought half-price tickets to Sunshine Coast for next month for 2 people, 210 seats with carry on. Yep, they are so cheap. One to Tasmania, one for New Year this year. Wow.
Do you know the date for the next
Have to
hybrid
win the
retreat
lottery.
later in the year?
Well, the $100 million didn't go off on Thursday night last week, so this week it's 150. But if you win, I'd love a spot on that scrapbooking cruise. Oh, if I actually put the lotto in, we would take you on a cruise for sure. Take you all.
Unfortunately, we don't do
It is far drive from. Oh, you know what, Tracy? We actually have customers that come up, stay the night in a cabin or at a motel, and then go back. They actually come from Brisbane. Yeah, shop. Noosa is not that far.
We don't have a hybrid retreat currently, so we have.
No, the date of the next hybrid retreat later in the year. Raquel, message me on Monday. I actually have the retreat dates. No, right. They have Gladstone half price. Yes, I know. Noosa to Gladstone. Naomi, can you just do a quick calc? It's not too bad. So where are we here?
Left his phone home. By the way, Dad's on contact.
Dad's left his phone behind.
Hey, it's only
How many Ks?
4 hours and 36 minutes, and it's.
What now?
I just had it a minute ago. 339 kilometers.
It's only 339 kilometers. There you go.
Just to be Pacific.
Yep.
We are hiring a car. I better not tell my husband, well, it's supposed to be our 30th anniversary.
We're actually, when we go on the cruise, the New Zealand one, we are going to use that as our 30th wedding anniversary, because it's our 30th wedding anniversary in September of 2025. And we haven't been on the honeymoon yet. So.
Ronnie is offering to tell Tracy's husband. Is that something you can go on the trip as well, Ronnie? And then Debbie, Tracy said we'll have to stay the night. There are a few places.
Ooh, there's some nice places.
Amber Lodge.
Amber Lodge is cheap, or you could stay at the
There's quite a few near the store.
Mercure. It's Flash.
There's the Queens.
Yep. We've got an Oaks, which has only got king size beds. Let's come across just a little bit. Let's come down like an inch. We're just going to leave a little gap here. So we just see little peaks of this.
There's a holiday, and Tracy has officially turned down Ronnie's request.
Yeah, nah. I don't think Tracy's husband's going to be impressed. Oh, he'll be right.
What you do is you offer it with a box.
Isn't it happy wife, happy life? You know.
You've got to put it as it's his, you know.
You got to plant the seed. So Quentin has actually taught Naomi John that you plant the seed and then it's their idea.
Just takes several weeks. It's too long.
So if we put them there, and do we want to put that bit in there? Let's set a piece of this in here.
Tracy says I always make him go to scrapbook stores and fabric stores when I'm there, lol, and I promised we would stay out and relax.
I Quentin always goes to scrapbooking stores. We might have to try and I don't know. I'd like to be able to like go to Melbourne and run a mini retreat. That is on my wish list of things to do. Is that straight?
I had one vote on that situation. Can we not do it in winter, please?
Not do it in winter.
I'd like to be in Melbourne at a time of year where I'm not freezing. Because I think I think most of the customers that meet us in Melbourne, the only thing that they really take notice of is the fact that we're inside a heated building and we're wearing like 3 jumpers still, or 2.
Because we're frozen.
Well, until it gets to midday, and then you're like,
No.
yeah.
It's a daisy chain scrapbook when I was there last year. We went to daisy chain recently, Quentin and I did.
Deborah says, I dragged my husband up there when we holidayed in Queensland a couple of years ago. Well, he enjoyed exploring the town. We do have an excellent chair for husbands.
Yeah.
We have a couch, and we have a kettle and coffee. Karen says, because you can always come here and run a mini retreat.
Yep.
What is it there? Is it in Melbourne?
What's that?
What are they? It's Victoria. I know that.
She knows you're in Victoria, Karen. She doesn't know exactly where. Sits the car and thinks hurry up 2 hours or more later. Yeah, no. You'll be welcome in the store.
Too cold in winter. Thank you. Margaret
A Melbourne
says
retreat.
That would be good, a Melbourne retreat. Maybe.
We wouldn't fly, but we'd drive. I just need a bit of tape now. Load the car up. Yep. We are doing Mackay this year. Not a retreat, but a scrap weekend. Like a come and crop type thing. Okay, we've got one left over and we're just going to leave it out. Oh, we can use that on our shaker.
I said come down our
It's great in and out of Avalon. Bonza don't do Avalon from Gladstone. They only do what's the other one? Tullamarine.
Yeah,
Like a Gladdy.
Although I have to say it is nice having a service that's focusing on regional areas.
It is.
It is.
Bonza are excellent, I'm going to say. We are a Qantas family. I'm a Qantas girl to the core. I was a travel agent before my life, and, Qantas all the way, people. It was Ansett, now it's Qantas. But, yeah, no. I'm going to say that Bonza spoiled me. They've ruined my Qantas experience by giving better service.
Peperific is still going ahead, they're just not going.
Yeah. No, Paperific's on, but we're not going. You just won't see the red shores at Paperific.
Yeah.
It's still going ahead. There's still Queensland stores going down. More stores are going that haven't been ever before. So very exciting. But yeah, we won't be there in 2024. Too much on. Noah is doing year 12. So August we have Amelia turning 10. We have
Normal sitting exams.
Noah's sitting practice exams for his QC,
Something.
QCAA or QCS or whatever it is. He also has Queensland Music Festival. He also has auditions for the con for the next year. He also has a Stedford. He also has a piano exam for Amy B.
And there's Brisbane.
He also probably has a retreat.
Yeah.
He has a lot on in August, so yeah, no, we couldn't add one more thing to his plate. We tried to work it out how we'd make it all happen, but wasn't possible.
Margaret Hatches, do you remember TAA?
TAA, yes. TAA, the friendly way. Yep.
What on earth?
Yep, TAA, the friendly way. I'm going to cut a piece of this that's just narrower than my iPod or iPhone. Yep, TAA back in the day. We used to have the Cowboys jet come in and out of Gladstone. This is one of its main airports, the Flight West Cowboys jet. Back in the day. Rightio. So, we've got a little bit of this that's just bigger than our window. So it's like the 2 inches wide by about 1 7/8 across, right? So we're going to I'm going to poke a hole and I'm going to try and carefully cut this picture out. We are going to crop the picture down. Okay. I'm going to carefully cut this out. I should have used a craft knife, but I didn't want to. Rightio. I like how Princess P does the Fussy Cut editions and Fussy Cut Essentials and Fussy Cut Mini editions now. She's a bit dearer to run, but
We don't have stuff.
we don't have as many stuff ups, but I like how it cuts. It cuts just like pattern paper. Like, yep. Less likely to have cracking or issues. Okay, so we've got this little picture out of our what we're going to do is we're going to cut that down to whatever we get out of it. Like, it's going to be tiny. It's just going to be a tiny little picture. And my tree's not centered. And you know what? That's okie dokie. As long as we put it in, we'll sort of have it kind of on an angle like that. We'll do a funky little angle with it. And so let's get a piece of, I've got acetate here. So they're going to need a quarter of a sheet of acetate in the kit, Naomi John. So we're going to get a piece of acetate about the same size as that 2 inch by 1 7/8 inch piece of the violet.
What beads and sequins are you using this?
I think we're just going to use a little tiny pinch of what we used for the last one.
So cool.
No, just pinch.
How
How am I supposed to do a pinch? I don't know.
Give me a minute.
I reckon like a 16th or an 8th. I say an 8th. So we're going to stick our acetate on here. Probably need stronger tape, but we'll just hope for the best here. This is proper PVC-free acetate.
Deborah says the teal paper doesn't look busy as the circles.
No, I think it turned out pretty good. Let's stick our little picture. Let's stick our little picture to some of our yellow from our photo maps. We're just going to trim that out. With a tiny, tiny little border. So we're just going to do a tiny little border like that. Just like that. It's not very even. Doesn't matter.
And Deborah says the more solid colour can be polarizing.
So the colour can be polarizing. Yeah. That's better. Look at that. Let's stick our little picture on an angle. So we're sticking this on an angle so it doesn't matter. Yep. It then doesn't matter if it's straight or not. So let's get some chippy strip. Oh, we'll need some later to stick bits on. Stick on embellishments. I'm just going to put some long bits on. Put them on as long bits so that then it sort of holds my acetate on. Tiniest bit of glue. Oh, this is 2 shakers for today. Okay, I will let you know that if we sell out of these Tropicana bead and sequin mix, we will make a replacement that is as close to it as we possibly can. It will be as similar as we can. I've had to remake our Christmas ones, and I've had to remake, so traditional Christmas has been remade, and I had to remake, I think, Mermaid Wishes.
We are going to try and do...
We'll try our best, but if we run out, we will remake.
We're going to
But
try
we re-photograph. So when we do that, when we have to remake a set of bead and sequin mix, we actually re-photograph it as well.
We're also going to try and remake the beautiful family ones, because that's what the shaker card kits and whatnot.
Oh, yep. Beautiful Family will have to remake. There we go. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to get a little pinch. Just so when you put your pinch in, try not to have any of these overly beads. So that's plenty. Making the sequences are staticky. Obviously, we don't manufacture the sequins. We buy in the sequins and then we mix them together. We had to buy them from lots of different places. I try and import. I try and get ones manufactured in the US as much as I can. Okay. So we've got our. I'm going to try not to ping it because if I pinged it right now, they jump out like Mexican jumping beans. Right. So now we're going to add a tiny bit of glue. And then we're going to check 3 or 4 times that our palm tree is going to be the right way up before we stick it down. So, yep, palm trees are the right way up. Honestly, I'm going to make sure it fits in there.
What Margaret is saying
Night, Margaret. Or am I taking long time? Oh, okay. I'm at the hour and a half mark. We will possibly get cut off on Instagram. We're meant to get cut off on Instagram at the 1 hour mark. They've been quite lenient with me. Don't know why. A lot of our posts on Facebook don't go anywhere, so Clinton's pretty convinced that he's being penalised.
You saw
But-
the reels this morning.
Rightio. So what we're going to do next is stick. I'm just holding this down. I probably should have put 2 layers of chippy strip to accommodate the beads, but I'm just holding this down to dry. We need to think about what colour we're going to paint our embellishments.
We have more than one chippy.
We have a smiley face, and that was fun, and I think we're going to use a couple of stars.
Okay, I'll let you decide before I type them in. Oh, this one will turn the TV off.
Did they leave the house and leave the TV running?
I'm going mad. No option. Yeah, they left it on.
Of course, I left the TV on. I have a bead that's tried to escape on the side here. Go away, bead. Look at that! How cool! Trying to escape out the top. So they all try and escape. It's because of the static. Buggers. Get in there. Right. Right. Not like the sandcastle I made that time. Shaker. Bits of sandcastle came out everywhere. It was leaking. Right. So we know. I'm going to stick this on while I can. And then I'm going to put something heavy on it. That goes there. Probably 2 layers of chippy strip would be better. Right. And then this goes here. With a smiley face over here. And then over here, that was fun. So like that. No. Okay, what colour are we going to paint our chipboard? And let's get, say, these are a 25 pack of stars. Yeah. Little chipboard stars. Quentin doesn't particularly like them. Oh, I've got a smush there. Let's go 5 stars. So yellow, maybe over there with yellow. Maybe yellow. So this is a Pintour paint pen. And it looks like we'll take a couple of coats to get yellow over grey. I like yellow. This is a 4.5 by 6.5 inch stamp block. And we've got 5 stars. That was fun. I think it needs yellow here. Smiley face. Try not to overwork it. Just get the colour on. The longer the line, the better. Just try and don't go swizzle, 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 swizzle. Just try and just get the areas coloured and do more than one coat. Just don't go backwards and forwards on the one spot too much because it can get a bit fluffy. I just find if I do longer areas, you could use the lemon yellow paint from the satin paint set we do. You could do the Montmartre one. You could do any yellow. You could do the Montmartre yellow in a tube, like the lemon yellow in the $2.50 tubes. I find the Pilot pens work a lot better than any of the other brands of paint pens. We do sell Montana ones. Montana ones are really awesome. They're a high-end, they're a fine art graffiti artist pen. We don't have them in our online store, Montana ones. We have them in our physical store. We don't have many left. And they last forever. I find Pilot don't dry out like other brands. I have a drawer full of paint markers from other brands that don't make me happy because they go funny. Their white ones don't work on mixed media. These ones do. Naomi John treats ours really badly, and they work really well. Nightmare. It does look pretty cool, doesn't it? Yeah, you can. We use these on coffee cups and then bake them. And you can use it on leather, canvas, paper, cardstock, plastic, glass, all sorts. Amelia likes to make Grandma a teapot every second Christmas. I just get a white, I bought IKEA before, but I just get a white Kmart teapot. And she just draws a picture of her and Grandma together, and flowers or whatever she wants to draw. We've had some interesting teapots we've made, and then we bake it in the oven. The Pilot pens are Japanese, and they make the packaging. I'm going to go back in with my second coat now really quickly. It's not quite wet, dry enough, but I'm not going to keep it too long. They make the barrel, the ink, the packaging, the nibs, everything is made in Japan. I love it when a company does own country manufacturing, that they use resources just from their country. I think it's really awesome. They have one Pilot pen, a high-end executive pen that Pilot Australia sell, that all the parts are manufactured in Japan, but the pens are assembled in Australia. That is the only item. There's only one item that happens with. And a lot of their plastics are recycled, like the barrels and that. There's no recycled guarantee on these Pintel ones yet, but the ones we use for writing on photos, which is these ones, twin markers, they have mine actually don't, mine are quite old, but the new ones we sell they are made from recycled plastic, the barrels. I made it a bit fluffy there. I'll have to stick a flower on that. Not quite dry enough to do the second coat. So if I'd left it a bit longer, it would be better. Yeah, these are a bit fluffy because I haven't left it long enough. So you just need to leave it a little longer to dry, and it won't go fluffy.
You saw those people for good night?
What's that?
You saw a few people.
Mary. I saw Mary going.
And Deborah.
Oh, night, Deborah. Sorry. I didn't see that. Sorry, Deborah. I've just been sitting here yakking while I'm...
Oh, yeah. Paste up here.
Yeah. I had to move on from my shaker. I haven't even cut my flowers yet. Bugger, bugger, bugger. I've used 5 stars. Haven't taken any photos.
No.
Oh, geez, I edited that a bit.
Pass them half for food. Please.
Are you going to do some fussy cutting for me? I don't like white edges. Thank you. Well, that's stuck.
No, I kind of got stuck into making the stamps and peeling the rulers and the design boards, and then I forgot to take photos. Don't worry.
Okay, so I'm thinking I might just flick a tiny bit of the yellow. Yep. So this side's all painty. This side's not. We're going to cover that up when we do it. So we've got a water sprayer, fan brush. I'm going to move my fussy cutting out of the way. A paint marker. So squizzle, squizzle, squizzle my stamp block. Bit of water fairly quickly. It'll be in my photos. It's okay. My fakey photos. And then over here, let's get the innards out of one of our photos. There we go. Done. So we can sort of start. Sticking. Sticker on the words on this one. This would be really cool for like photo booth or you know the selfies with the filters. Just wiping off the excess.
You don't have many of those at all.
No, I don't have many of those. Sometimes that's all I get from my children all year is filter photos. Oh, isn't that yellow bright?
I'd just like to point out the amount of joy that those photos bring when we take them.
Oh, yes. You can tell that. Wet glue does make things wrinkle. I'll stick that sort of against the edge of the... There.
pencil I'm not trying to escape.
Of course, the cat has lined up to escape.
I missed tonight.
I missed tonight. Was busy. I'll watch replay. Oh, Tracy's here. Debbie. I'm sitting here kind of giggling because Kai has got cross because you took away his daddy's shoes. Not happy. Oh no. Kai's cheering because his daddy's shoes are back. Okay. Sorry, Kai. Kai's dad has the same shoes, and Kai thought I wasn't going to use dad's shoes on my page.
Oh dear. Oops. Sorry about that. You're sensitive.
No.
How's my fussy cutting going, Naomi John?
I am wizard right.
Okay.
You just tell me when you need it.
I got a new pencil. I'm just going to get my sharpener out.
You treated yourself.
Yeah.
Mum treated herself and got herself a new pencil.
The other one was less than 3 centimeters long.
Now, there's no need to point out the big skill.
Actually, I think I'll still be using it. Oh no, I found it. I found the sharpener. Sorry. Over here having a good rummage. I hid my sharpener. Let's just put that Hall of Famer in the drawer. Didn't quite last 4 years. I'm very disappointed. Maybe I made too many scrapbook pages. This one is powder blue. The other one was some sort of green-grey.
No longer can read because it's been sharpened away.
They are Prismacolor pencils because Prismacolor ones I can rub out if I make a mistake. Oh, this is not as light as I thought it was. Oh, that's an interesting colour. Shall I put this in there? Okay, so this was a 5 3/4 inch by. Oh, look at that. This is a blessing to write with. Oh, I think it's been a couple of years since my pencil's been this long. It wasn't actually this long when I started in 2020 with it.
That other pencil would be the most photographed pencil.
Well, it's got lots of video footage. I think there would be very few actors that may have had as much time on screen as that pencil.
It's a celebrity. Please. Treat it with the respect it deserves.
How's my fussy cutting going?
I'm bringing it over. You'll have to do a little bit of it yourself. I think I've done pretty well for someone who's only had about 5 to 10 minutes. If that.
Thank you.
And
I hope it's my standards.
can I have a look at it yourself?
Could you please keep cutting?
I'm not doing that one actually. My eyes aren't that great. You do not want me to do that one.
Which one? Oh, okay. So we're not doing sunflowers. We're only doing hibiscuses. Just for you, Jacqueline. Hibisky or hibiscuses.
Now nearly officially 2 years behind on my eye prescriptions.
You and me both.
We'll be fine.
You're not using Tropicana florals again, are
Yes, Dad. Of course we are.
Mm.
We're addicted to them. Tropicana florals all the
you?
way.
It's hard for me to know I'm a customer that I haven't posted those to in the last 3 months.
You're the one having to cut them.
No, thankfully.
Can you bring my phone over, please? I've got to take a photo of this and get it on the kit, and then we've got to discuss the pricing on it.
Here's your phone.
Okay, just put
See,
it there.
I'm the assistant's assistant.
Wow.
Tell
You
me
make
who's
the
gonna clean
scrub.
up my floor over here.
Probably not.
We got Lisa's up tonight.
I'll be back there scrubbing tomorrow night because I don't think you'll be scrubbing again.
He's sort of skiving off from scribing. At Quentin's home, he's meant to scribe.
Well, I didn't think anyone would want to hear my lovely voice tonight.
You don't have to talk when you scribe. It's optional.
And,
They're not here to see you.
the classic thing was when we were doing reverse parking on the way home, then was I looked over and I went, Noah, how much fuel do we have? Oh, we're on empty. How long was that little orange light been on?
Oh, well.
Is it kind of like the concert tickets? There's your leftover leaves. I'm going to do my job. Or else we're going to be running here to get to go live. And then I'm going to be in a world of hurt. Mum, please lift. All clear? Excellent. Thank you. What are you doing, sir? Or business, whatever you want to call it.
I think this turned out pretty good. I don't mind this style of... I've never been a fan of this style of graphics. So... I think we need to put one over here.
Now, how many stars did you use?
5.
Okay, and then how many smile faces did you use?
1. How's that?
Right.
And we'll do like a half sheet of a fussy cut edition, and I'll chuck the flowers on there with the things.
Yep.
I'll chuck the flowers and leaves on there with it to keep the
So-
price down.
A fussy cut edition you're going to do with the fussy cut essentials?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
going to
gonna
do a full sheet or
a half sheet. Oh,
Are you going to be able to fit it on the half sheet is my next question before we get that far.
it's gonna be a full sheet combo.
Full sheet.
Fussy cut edition, fussy cut essential. Oh no, do a half sheet of each. What do you reckon? A quarter sheet of
We could do
fussy cut essentials.
We could do a quarter sheet. It's up to you.
No, it needs to be a half sheet. Sorry, everyone. We're going backwards and forwards. Sorry.
So
I think journaling here on some white strips. Just here. On some white strips of paper.
okay, so all in all, that comes to a price of $18.26.
So let's do $17.95.
$17.95.
Sorry. I love that. Wouldn't that make a nice card? Like a nice card front. I think just that cluster would make a nice card front. So we've done another shaker. We've done another way to colour our chipboard. We've done some clustering with flowers and without. And you can see I've got the items touching and laying over each other. And they I try and make them make a little bit of sense. I know the shoes and the phone are in a different perspective, but I think it looks okay. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you, Di. See you tomorrow, Cheryl. Only 2.5. His logic is amusing, yes. He's a gem. He is a gem. But yes, so, and we've used vellum, which is a much requested thing. And it's bright. It's a bit different. It's using these beach fun, awesomeness. I love it. When it's in its album, this is not going to be so prominent. What I could do is I could snip a tiny bit and hide a little tiny piece underneath the skateboard, like that. Just like that. See, no one's the wiser. Thank you, Raquel. Thank you, Karen. How you going, Nay? We're just waiting for Nay to get the page up. Kit up. She's got the kit up.
Sorry. Here we go.
So what do we go? $17.95. Double page kit. And you'll have lots of leftovers. So you got a half sheet of the 2 pattern papers, 2 vellums, plus a full sheet of the yellow.
Yep, 2 whites. That was fun. The stars and smiley face, the acetate, the beads and sequins, the additions and the essentials.
Yep. There we go. Oh, she's got a link up. Thank you for coming. That's interesting.
We're going for slang tonight, people.
It's slang. She says coming. Night, everyone. Yes, night. Could you show how to cut double pages? Okay. So when I keep them together. Sorry, I will keep it together. I do keep them together in my album. So when I go to cut it apart, I cut up to here, and then I'll turn it around, and I'll cut up to here. I'll flip it over, and I'll use this line to cut it, or I'll put it in my lopper chopper, and I'll sit it in my lopper chopper, and I'll cut it perfectly on the edge with my lopper chopper. But a piece like this circle, if I'm going to cut it with scissors, I turn it over and I use the line, and I try and make sure my scissors are perfectly up and down so I don't get an angled cut either way. You could just like remove the tape, but sometimes the tape doesn't come off. But yeah, don't cut this from the front unless you're using like your lopper chopper or your trimmer, and you're happy with your trimmer being nice and sharp and straight. So I hope that helps, Pam. Let me know if that's not enough info, please. Definitely. So take care, stay safe. Thank you, Pam. Night, everybody. Yes, I keep them together to photograph them, and then they go to work and they sit in a pile of double pages at work. Yes, I've got piles and piles of pages at work. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, everyone on Instagram and everyone on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you all. I'm sorry this took 2 hours, and Instagram didn't boot us off like they threatened. So here we go. That's okay. Thank you, Pam. Just let me know if I can answer any questions to everyone. We will see you tomorrow morning. First class is at 9:30, and we're going to do a bit of a roundup before then. So take care, stay safe. I love you all. Thank you.